Welcome to Magical Women's new series, The Winner's Circle, a series of episodes dedicated to magical women who have been recognized in the industry and awarded for their stellar creativity and performances. Alexandra Duvivier is a second-generation magician. Her father, Dominique Duvivier, is a very respected and skilled close-up magician. Alexandra charmed Penn Teller with her puzzling close-up card performance. It was invented by her father, and it was a winning combination, which did indeed fool the duo. It's with great pleasure that Magical Women in our new Winner Circle series are speaking with Alexandra Duvivier today.
Merci beaucoup. I am so glad to be part of this gathering of women.
You were the first French woman to win a Penn Teller Foulis Award. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that experience?
First, I have to say that it was a tremendous experience. It was a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, but in the end, it was marvelous.
Wow, I am so thrilled to be here among all of you tonight. What an experience. I'm so glad to be here, and especially because I have here two of my heroes just right in front of me. You can't imagine what it sits inside. Wow. Can I ask for your help, gentlemen? Would you join me on stage?
I have to say that all the production team of Penn Teller was just, all of them were caring, were so nice. It was a dream, you know. Being with Penn Teller on stage was a thrill, a blast, and as well, it was terrifying because, you know, as a little girl, my dad has shown me all the greatest magicians in the world, such as Penn Teller. So I knew them way before I was on this stage. So a lot of pressure not to disappoint, of course, them, to be able to not to fail in my trick. And also because it's a trick of my dad, it's my dad's trick. He invented that trick maybe, I think 40 years ago. And I've seen my dad performing that trick hundreds of times to different great magicians who didn't understand at all the principle. So it was a lot of weight on my shoulder to be able to just perform the trick. I had only 2 months to prepare myself to this challenge. So 2 months is a lot of time, and it's very short just to appropriate a trick to myself, like if it's mine.
But let's see something now. Like I told you earlier, I snapped my fingers. All the cards came back in the same direction, except for 5 cards. Watch out, watch out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let me show you that more precisely. All the cards came back in the same direction completely, except for 5 cards.
So, you know, it's a challenge, and life gives you challenges like that, and it's good to go out of your comfort zone for a while. So I practiced a lot. I have practiced English because I want if I am in a foreign language for English, because I only speak French and English, I want to be as fluent as in French, as in English, the most I can, you know, because if I am thinking, I obviously think in French. So I must be really fast if I must speak in English. So I've practiced that. I wanted to be funny also in English, and while I'm shuffling the cards in the bag, I didn't want some dead time, so I wanted to be entertaining as well at this moment, and it was important to keep the attention and stay focused, the attention's focused on me. So it was a lot of challenges, but in the end, it was great. My dad told me that he was proud, so I was so happy, so proud also of myself. And being with Penn Teller was experience of a lifetime. I hope I will have others, but that was one.
We had one question to ask you. And one question only. After all this time you've been waiting, how do you say "you fooled us" in French? Answer that question.
How did you overcome your nerves and your fear? Can you share with the viewers? Do you have a technique? Is it just intensive rehearsal? When you start to perform, you just fall into that automatic rehearsal comfort zone?
Yeah, I think that's, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't have the secret. The real secret is working my ass off. I'm sorry for my English. I really worked. So I don't think I have the, oh, I took a magic wand and it happened by itself. No, I really worked. I worked more, of course, on my weaknesses, and I focused on the things that was not easy for me. So I've done the trick many times in French first, just to be able to understand the scenario, the little story about the trick, and then in English. And I've practiced, of course, the technique, which I didn't know at the time. And it's such a clever trick, very clever trick.
Yes.
I didn't ask my dad. I am not a very, when somebody has a secret, I just respect that, and I don't ask him all the time what is the secret. So I didn't know all of the subtleties inside of that trick. So now I went deep into that trick and saw that it was it's a tool. In fact, it's a trick. Of course, it's a card trick, but it's mainly a tool that you can use for many other things. So yeah, it was great to have one more trick in my repertoire.
Yes. Are you enjoying this talk? Take a second to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you'll be up to date with our next uploads.
So yes, my most valuable weapon to just overcome, the stress was to work. So I've done the trick many times, and I've done it in front of people, in front of my families, which is the most difficult audience for me, because they know me so much. They know me by heart. So I wanted to be as natural as possible in English, of course, again. And the trick must be fluent and entertaining and quick, not too long, because it's on TV.
You've done a lot of television performance, but you also have done a lot of, have experience with a lot of live performances. How do you adjust your magic, and what magic do you choose? Because it's two different formats.
You're right that it's very different to have a live audience, a room with a few people or many people, or TV. I think that I've asked a lot. I mean, when I say a lot, as many questions as I could to the production teams, the different teams I had to encounter. And they give me, most of the time they were, for instance, working with Gay Blackstone on Masters of Illusion was very easy, because I was proposing something and they say yes. So I say, oui, but normally I should do it in a certain situation, and they say, okay, we will do the situation for you. So it was pretty easy. I was pretty lucky. They wanted the magician to look the best as possible. So this is not like, I've done some French TV, the news magazine, and at the last 5 minutes, they have somebody to come over and talk about anything. And I've done that a few times. So you have to fit in their condition, and that's really different. Yeah. So you have to do a trick which lasts maybe 1 minute, which is very visual, very powerful, and flash effects, and it's a different story working for TV, who is not for magicians. When you do TVs, you have to do tricks that you do by heart, that you know without looking. So this way you are comfortable performing those tricks, concentrating on the person in front of you who is asking questions. So maybe you're going to be ill at ease. So you have to bounce and to, move, and like a surf, when you do surf, on waves. So you have to just connect with your audience, who is one person, very fast. So the tricks has to be known by heart. very visual, like this type of screen, nothing just on your hands, because they are not used to filming only hands. As magicians, I think that it's always the same. You have to fit in their shoes, and it's really rare when it's the contrary.
Right. If you enjoyed this chat as much as I did, and you haven't already subscribed and hit the notifications bell, please do so. Oh, and don't forget to comment. We love to hear from you and to receive feedback so we can grow and improve our Magical Women channel and project.